I'm reminded, excuse me, I'm reminded of that old song, I think, which dates from 1934, of what a difference a day makes, what a difference a year makes. This day, a year ago, we were getting ready for our annual meeting. We had over 100 people in attendance. We had brunch. We had good discussion. It was a great day. We're not doing any of that this year. To say that this past year was bizarre would probably be an understatement. Three of the most commonly used descriptors for 2020 were exhausting, lost, and chaotic. Someone said that 2020 can be described as like looking both ways before crossing the street and then getting hit by a submarine, because it's been the craziest year ever. We impeached the President of the United States and then acquitted him. We have seen over 99 million cases of COVID-19 worldwide, with 2 million people dying. The United States, 25 million cases, 430+ thousand deaths. Even in the state of Missouri, 500,000 people have it or have been tested positive, and over 7,000 have died. The numbers are absolutely staggering. While in Kansas, we've seen 270,000 cases with over 3,600 deaths. We've experienced massive unemployment accompanied by widespread financial fears. The police-involved killings of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor provoked both peaceful and violent demonstrations across America and the world to demand an end to police brutality and racial injustice. A massive explosion rocked the port of Beirut, leveling part of that city and killing almost 200 people. We have lived through one of the worst wildfire seasons, leaving over 10 million acres scorched in the western United States. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died after many years on the Supreme Court. Joe Biden was elected President of the United States, a fact still disputed by Donald Trump. Kamala Harris was elected our first woman vice president. Democrats retained control of the House of Representatives and gained 3 Senate seats to take control of that body. While occurring in 2021, supporters of President Trump stormed the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., leaving 5 dead. At least at the end of the year, we see a ray of light. Effective vaccines have been approved to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. Our food services here at St. Paul's Food Ministries took a short 2-week break in the spring to help determine the safest way forward and have been opened ever since. Every week, our Godly Play leaders send coloring pages and stories to our students. They had a Zoom read, which was delightful. Our last in-person worship service was March the 8th. At that time, we had about 10 people attending our broadcast on a regular basis. Our in-person attendance was up at the start of 2020. After working our way through some technical difficulties, we had about 125 people attending our broadcast. After a few months, these numbers dipped off some. Our staff has continued to work from home and or from church, whatever has been deemed the most safe. Stewardship for 2021 has been good and shows that St. Paul's has a committed core of members and volunteers. The day school opened back up in September, and it has become a model in monitoring COVID-19 and keeping our students, teachers, and staff safe. Parishioners made an Advent delivery and a Christmas delivery to all our households. I think this was very successful. Highlights for me were the Advent lessons and carols and the Christmas Eve service that we joined together for. From our presiding bishop, Michael Curry, I ask you to pray. Pray for this nation, but pray with some specificity. Pray that we may have the wisdom and the courage to love. God of grace and God of glory, on thy people pour thy power. Crown thine ancient church's story. Bring her bud to glorious flower. Grant us wisdom, grant us courage for the facing of this hour. From Harry Emerson Fosdick. And our presiding bishop tells us, with malice toward none, with charity towards all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right, let us strive to finish the work that we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who have been born the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. God love you, God bless you, and may God hold us all in those almighty hands of love. Amen.